Hey everybody, my name is Drew and I love Star Trek. And this is another episode of Cosmic Crit Plays Star Trek Adventures. We are halfway through our adventure at this point of this episode, and that means you are halfway to season 5 of Cosmic Crit with all of our new characters and our new adventure and our new classes, and it's going to be awesome. I've seen a lot of speculation about what is happening in our season coming up, and some of you are very right, and some of you are very wrong, but who? I'll never tell. But this episode that you're about to listen to is special to me because it was actually streamed originally on my birthday in August of last year. So there's a couple of references to stuff that I have gotten. Patrick got me a couple of cool things, but one in particular that I didn't realize was going to be a big deal at the time was Star Trek Strange New Worlds had aired a couple of episodes featuring the Gorn, a very popular, although they were only ever in one episode of the original series episode. It's the big lizard monster that throws a rock at Captain Kirk. And I loved those episodes of Star Trek Strange New Worlds. Well, Patrick got me a little Gorn Funko Pop that sits behind me when we stream. But what I didn't realize at the time was how much the Gorn was going to be a part of my life moving forward. You see, my wife got my kids a Christmas book, but she thought it would be fun to get a Star Trek Christmas book because we'd been playing Star Trek Adventures and I love Star Trek. It's a book called Trek the Halls, written by Rob Perlman and illustrated by Luke Flowers, and it is a fun Star Trek Christmas carol, basically. But the whole conceit of this book is that it is Little Gorn, the child of the Gorn that fought Captain Kirk, has intercepted human transmissions about holidays, and Big Gorn wants to teach Little Gorn about how all of those holidays are bad and evil and the Federation is bad. And my daughter fell in love with the Gorn in that book, and the amount of drawings of Gorn in my house, the amount of references to Gorn. The company Kid Robot released a stuffed animal Gorn right alongside this that I had to pick up and get for her. So Gorn are all over my house right now. Thank you, Star Trek. I love you. And now let's jump into this episode. Again, these episodes were all streamed live and I have edited them down, so you're going to jump in a little bit in the beginning of the mix here. But enjoy it as we get back to the crew of the USS Magellan.
At some point, the Vulcan salute came into my peripheral kind of understanding as part of like Trek culture, but it probably wasn't from that show, and I never watched the original series, so maybe the movie or something. I think I watched, he gave it at the end of First Contact, the hand salute. So at some point I was like, oh man, I would like to do that, and I did not have the muscles to do it in my hand, so I had to get help from probably online, where it was like, oh, you should like just bend back 2 fingers and like try to separate them to build that muscle, because I could not do it at first, but then I've taught myself to easily do it with both hands and what have you.
I learned how to do it from a weird source, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh,
because
nice.
the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the live action movie, had come out, and I knew, because the Ninja Turtles only have 3 fingers.
Yep.
And I learned that they basically did this in the gloves in the hands.
It hurts if I do it too long.
And so what I did was I got 4 rubber bands, and I rubber band, and then I took the rubber bands off, and I was still able to do it. So that was how I taught myself how to do that.
Other Patrick,
I must be a freak. That sort of stuff comes naturally to me. But I mean, like, I guess I can do that with my hands, so that probably doesn't.
Do you guys do
better
this
you're
thing
better
with
than
you?
me.
Yeah. So I mean, I never had to practice for that kind of thing.
The best part of all this is Rebecca's face right now.
And also, we're releasing this in audio
I'm
format.
confused, honestly, because I
Nerds.
didn't watch Star Trek growing up, but I knew this. I knew
it's
what that
it's
was.
one of those things that's just culturally
Popular
significant.
culture.
It's like to borrow
I mean,
from
it's
another
possible
star.
my dad taught me that, because he made me watch the movies at some point. Like, he sat me down and like we marathoned all the movies. I have no memory of what happened in any of these movies. I just know we watched them.
We can watch them again.
I don't really want to.
Yeah, I went back and did a full watch through of the series of films in like 2009, 2010, because they had all come out in like these big, ugly gray DVD doubles.
Yeah, I've got
they were on sale, so I picked them all up.
I've got 2 of them up on my shelf up there.
Yeah, so I picked them all because they were like $7 each or something like that. So I was like,
Yeah,
all right,
yeah.
we'll watch through these, because some I'd definitely seen 2, 4, and some I had not, and I still haven't made it through 5. I've fallen asleep every time I've tried.
So I had COVID last week. Todd had COVID this week.
Yeah.
We're transmitting it through the podcast.
My voice is a rich baritone now.
So I took the time to watch a bunch of TNG. I watched a number of episodes. I actually started back in season 1, episode 1, Encounter at Farpoint, and I started watching from there. And that episode's better than I remember it being. Like it's a really solid.
It's a fine pilot.
It's
intro.
A lot of those phase 2 stuff that repurposed is like, oh, this is what, the original series would have been like if they made it today. Like they had much better design and costumes and blah blah blah. But like the writing is not that great. Is kind of simplistic ideas given to better directors, I think, from what I've seen of the original series, and executed a little better.
It's the funny part of phase 2 that you mentioned is that there was a writer's strike in the middle of TNG season 2's production. So most of the scripts in season 2 are just renamed phase 2 scripts. They just changed the character names and did that just because they couldn't break the strike and do that. I also watched First Contact. That movie pretty fun.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, I think that's my favorite Star Trek film.
There's enough about it that
directed by Jonathan Frakes.
Yes, there's enough about it story-wise that I dislike, but it's very fun. It's action-packed. It's got some really fantastic character moments, and I can't believe that movie is as old as it is. It's wild.
I remember when it came out, and that was when I was really getting into Trek, because TNG I think had finished like years before, because I was watching them in double repeats. They had like 2 per night on like TBS or something.
Oh, the good old days.
So I burnt through a lot of TNG from like 11 p.m. to like 1 a.m. when I probably should have been doing some, here's Tyler, doing some sleeping for school as a youngster.
Let's get into it, gang. We sort of finished in the middle of the process last time. I keep wanting to say last week, but it's been a couple of weeks now.
Exactly, 2.
So let's figure out what happened last time on Cosmic Crit Plays Star Trek Adventures.
Previously.
There's got to be a better name for it than that. CCPSTA?
So I have 3 questions that the 5 of you get to.
Wait. Can I get my notebook?
Yes, you can get your notebook.
Rebecca's gonna run from the stream. Oh, I hate that I made this a standard operating procedure. I don't like that at all. I don't like it being thrown back in my face. I take negative notes. I do other things on my computer while we play the game.
Never mind.
No.
Someone took my notebook and I don't know where it is now.
Oh no.
All right, we're gonna have to remember.
We're going off the dome. All right, what's the first question?
All right, so if you guys remember, you guys had a little problem with momentum the last time we played. And when you guys have problems with momentum, I don't have any problems with threat. So I'm going to make a deal with you. You get all 3 of these questions. I will erase half of the threat that I have accrued.
Ooh. Bring it on.
What happens if we don't do that?
Oh, then I just get to keep it.
You just
so
keep it. Okay. Doesn't get
so
worse.
Doubles.
Question number 1.
Can we phone the audience if we get stuck? I feel like they have paid better attention than us.
I will allow you to phone the audience on 1 question and 1 question only.
Guys, I got us a light.
Do The asteroid field. Your ship encountered an asteroid field as you were trying to get to the Klingon space station, and you discovered a life pod in the asteroid field. But there was a mineral that was in that asteroid field that was negatively impacting your ship's systems. What was the name of that mineral?
Sounds like a Todd question. Todd.
I mean, I can take a stab, but
What were the Klingons mining out here?
Minovsky particles.
Oh, that's it's a good yet incorrect answer.
Completely
If you would
different
like,
show.
like I said, you can pass. I'll let you pass, and if you want to poll the audience, we'll see what happens.
The audience is not going to know
No,
what the name
the
of
only-
the mineral was.
I think I know.
No way, Rebecca.
I don't know what the context of this note is, but I wrote down rich in kelbonite.
Oh!
Kelvinite is the correct answer.
yeah,
Rebecca's
Oh.
Way
note-taking.
to go.
Saving us.
Awesome.
All right.
I've trained you well.
So after you grab that escape pod with the Klingon inside that sadly passed away shortly after you rescued them, you investigated the Klingon station. What was the name of the Klingon station?
Dosh.
I know. Can I answer?
yeah.
Go for it.
Kortar.
Kortar, correct. Man, guys,
It's
you're
almost
doing
like
Listen,
notes
I
helps you.
wrote 2 notes. I wrote 2 notes, and neither of them are going to come
I
in.
wrote a whole page of notes.
Nice.
And
nice.
last,
Drew's like chiding us like this is like Star Trek trivia or something like that. Like, you guys should know.
hey, Rebecca took the notes. It was in there. It was in there. All right. So last but not least, and the question to get half of my threat erased. You tracked a ship when you looked at the logs on the Klingon station that made regular visits from the station to the Cordolan system. What alien species designed that ship?
Tellarites.
Tellarites! You did it!
That was one that I'd known because I
I was gonna say that was the one.
I
that
put a
was the one thing
picture
I knew.
of a TOS Tellarite in our chat.
Nice.
Because I was like, oh, these guys. Ugh. I'm gonna post it again. It's the one with. Oh no, actually, this is not TOS. This is probably Enterprise.
Another round of applause for Rebecca and her
Oh
notes.
yeah, Rebecca totally saving us.
This
there.
is why Patrick has a rule that each person can only answer once
because
otherwise
it was gonna be Rebecca.
Rebecca would do this every week almost.
And you guys would get the boon every week.
Oh, yeah.
Not every week, but
And I want to try
sometimes.
and involve as many people as possible.
Yes. So last time we investigated the station and found out that these alien parasites were doing some sort of experimentation on Klingons. And what we found is that there's something in the Cordolan system that is where we're going to find out our next bit of information. So let's head on out to the Cordolan system.
I have a question.
We're gonna be a
is this still episode 3 as far as structure is concerned? Like episode 3B or whatever? Like
This
continued?
is still technically
Act
episode 2.
3, right?
Sorry,
Oh, no.
I meant episode 2, not
Episode
episode
2.
3.
Yeah.
I just wrote
We're in
down
episode 2,
Act 2?
Act 2, because we did not get very far last week, and hopefully we'll get a little farther tonight.
3. Okay.
I don't know. We'll see. So you are now in the Cordolan system, and here's something I will tell you guys for tonight. Once again, momentum is going to matter a lot. There are things that you are going to be locked out of even attempting to do without some momentum. So, with that said, let's get started with our first sensor sweep of the system. This is a reason plus science task that is assisted by the ship's sensors plus science. It is a difficulty 0, so I can give you a bunch of information right now without you having to roll any dice. But would you rather roll some dice to see if we can get some momentum on the board?
I have another question. Did we keep any of the momentum that we had at the end of the last session?
How much momentum did you have at the end of the last
I
session?
think we had 2, didn't we?
Tyler's
I don't
notes
remember
go.
for sure.
Official notes say 2.
Oh my god. You're never
I'll let you-
stumping Rebecca's trivia. She's got it all.
I will let you keep it. Yes.
Okay, so I am really good at both reason and science. I have a total of 14
Ditto.
for that. So I feel like we should roll that because
Oh, yeah.
more momentum can't hurt, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Ed. Yeah, blows me away. So yeah, I'm good with that.
All right.
Do you want
Here.
an aid?
The ship is going to aid, so
Oh,
that is
right.
an opportunity.
Not more than one person can aid. And
So
the
does that mean 3 dice instead of 1? Or
Well,
instead
so
of 2?
it's 2 dice for your reason and science. The ship is sensors and science because it has slightly different stats.
Let
Okay.
Tyler
I was
roll
gonna
some
say-
stuff.
This Hannah or Dell is 12 reason and 3 science for a total of 15. So
Oh.
Well, guess who got promoted?
Yeah.
Why don't
Go
you-
for it.
Why don't you do that, and then Rebecca, you do the ship.
Sure. So what was the ship's stats?
Sensors and science.
9 plus 3, so a 12.
Seems like it'd be better than that Galaxy class starship, but you know.
so I just roll a d20 and see if it's 15 or below, right?
2d20.
That's right. It's 2d20 system.
Yeah.
I always forget.
All right. There's a
Well, I mean-
success.
We have 1 success.
Is the assist
No.
just 1 or
The
2?
assist is just 1.
One.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not looking at roll 20. I'm not going to know. Ooh.
right, so that
Single
doesn't
success.
work.
Yep.
All right.
Oh
well,
right, because
gained-
you have to roll low. Right.
So- but this
All right,
was-
I have to get back into
We
the
rediscover this game every time we play. No
Well,
clue.
in between, we've played Starfinder and Pathfinder, and I have to like rewire my brain every time. Okay.
So with that, you do have 1 success on a difficulty 0 task, so that is 1 more momentum.
Woo, woo.
And you
Better than nothing.
and your scans reveal that the Cordolan system contains 12 planetary bodies. The 5 outer planets are frigid Class K worlds that have methane and nitrogen atmospheres, and these are followed by 4 ringed Class J gas giants. The 3 inner planets are Class H worlds with temperatures that are hostile to human life. But one of the gas giants, Cordolan IV, contains 24 rocky and frozen moons, and you detect the mining outpost, or a mining outpost, on its 6th moon. So let's scoot on over there and see what we figure out.
I know the Tellarites are a part of the Federation, but do we need any kind of permission? Just be like floating through their system?
Well, this is a Klingon system, so
The Tellarites are? Oh no!
the Tellarites are
Where
the ones that
the-
ran the ship between the 2
Oh.
places.
I thought we were
but the
going to their
system-
like homeworld.
No, but the system is Klingon.
So okay,
And technically, the Tellarites are founding members of the Federation, so you'd think a Federation starship
we're
would be...
still-
Are the Klingons part of the
cool.
Federation at this point?
we're still
No.
in Klingon
They're-
territory.
Wait, so we're outside of Federation space?
You're in Klingon space, but if you recall, the Klingons, because you were the closest ship in the area, they are totally cool with you doing this. You have
Cool.
authorization from the Klingon government to do this.
All
Fuck
right.
law, man. I don't know what I said, but you know.
I presume that's good. I took introductory Klingon at the academy, but you don't use it, you lose it, you know? All right,
That's true.
So let's scan the outpost. Once again, this is a reason plus science task.
Same 2. Let's do.
Yeah.
But this is a difficulty of 2.
Boo.
So let's roll that beautiful bean footage.
Okay. So,
So two more d20, huh?
So it's reason plus science for the person rolling, sensors plus science for the ship.
Okay.
Any focus that does anybody have a focus that may apply here, which would
You know, that's a good question.
what are
What are we
we're
trying to do?
scanning the
scans? So
We're scanning the
system
outpost
mining.
itself. You're on the 6th moon of Cordolan IV.
I don't think I don't look at anything. Does the
Yeah,
ship have
I have
something?
astrophysics, but that doesn't apply here for sure.
Ship has talents, doesn't have things like our characters.
surprising that none of our characters have a focus and just Scanny Boy, but that's all right. Let's just roll them.
Mine are navigation, propulsion, subspace physics, quantum mechanics. So a lot of stuff.
I mean, I will allow one of you to also assist rolling.
Will that be?
Oh,
Maybe
okay.
try. Maybe
Rebecca?
maybe
It's Rebecca.
maybe under the auspices of like trying to boost the signal to get around whatever interference you're finding.
Sure. Okay. So roll 2d20 again.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah, and I'll
then
assist, right?
Yeah. Oh, Seth just killed it.
Oh my
Rebecca
gosh.
kills it.
Ah,
All right. So that's 3 successes.
3 successes. The ship
and
too.
nobody rolled the ship. So go ahead and roll the ship.
Someone roll the ship.
Sensors plus science for the ship.
I got it. Oh, I failed again.
Okay. But still, that is 3 successes, so
And
you can
one
add one
momentum.
more momentum to the board. So what you have found is that the mining colony, they are mining diamagnetic ore.
Write that down, Rebecca. Write that down.
Hold on.
Write
Say
that down.
that
He's gonna
again.
ask you.
Diamagnetic ore, some kind of diamagnetic ore,
Diamagnetic.
and that is what is affecting your scans.
Wasn't
This
that a
is-
Metallica album?
It's what you make magnetic dice out of.
So what this is actually going to mean is a location trait. If you guys remember location traits from the last episode and the first episode. So this is diamagnetic field 2. It increases the difficulty of 2 on all sensors and communications tasks. This does include sensors in the ship in orbit, as well as scans from tricorders on the surface of the planet. As you scan, you can find out a couple of things. You can tell that the outpost's antimatter reactor is operational, and that sensors indicate multiple life signs. But because of the interference, you can't get some more details of those life signs, just that there does seem to be life down there.
Can we tell what species?
Can't tell right now.
Okay.
Now, there is other information that you could get if you would like to spend some momentum to obtain information.
Are we at max momentum right now?
No.
4. So max was
Wait, 4.
5?
6.
6.
6. 1 plus the number of players. Is that a reason? No.
I think it would be good to have a little more info, but
Then let's spend it.
that's
Yeah.
the security chief.
You
in me
gotta
talking.
spend momentum to get momentum.
I mean,
Folks.
Tyler's the commander, so
And he's also in charge of the momentum. Let's make Tyler dole it out.
All right, so I have 2 pieces of information that I can reveal for 2 momentum. The first piece of information that you can tell is that while the diamagnetic interference is naturally occurring, you do have indications that it is being artificially amplified. As you pare down your scans for those life signs, you do find evidence of Romulans and Klingon life signs, as well as a trill. And there's a few other life signs that you cannot identify.
Could one of your kind, Seth, of your kind be involved in this conspiracy?
I don't know. What I do know is I'm trying very hard not to mishear diamagnetic as Dianetic. I don't want to get ambushed by Ron Howard.
Well, it was
Ron
there was
Howard.
Romulan.
Oh, Ron
there's
Hubbard, sorry.
Romulans.
I don't know why.
Romulans, Klingons, and Trill. Oh my.
Ron Howard's brother, multiple guest character actor Clint Howard, who was Baylock in the Corbomite maneuver in the original series, as well as one of the unnamed large-lobed aliens in the Enterprise episode Acquisition. Clint
That's
Howard,
right.
there you go. I think he was in Star Trek 6 as well.
So due to all the interference, I assume that beaming is also going to be more difficult.
So to get down to the planet, you can beam down, difficulty of 2. You're going to have
Shuttle
to so basically either if you beam down or if you use the shuttlecraft, there are going to be extra steps because of the difficulty.
Should we scan the
think-
surrounding area and make sure there's no Romulans like on our 6 or anything?
No, it's more exciting if they show up, and we don't know about it.
How much do we know about the Romulans at this point?
Fair amount.
Yeah.
I mean like
personally.
No, I don't mean personally. I mean like how much does the Federation know about the Romulans at this point?
They've been at war with him for
so
hundreds
keep in
of
mind
years.
This is just a few years after the end of the Next Generation,
Okay,
pre-Dominion War.
So we have a fair amount of info on them at this point.
Yeah,
Okay.
Spock has already been hanging out with them, trying to unify them.
At this point, have they discovered it's a fake?
No, that will not happen
It's
for
real.
several more years.
Okay, then yeah, it's real at this point if they haven't discovered that. Okay, so not quite
honestly,
friends, not sworn enemies currently.
Well, they're pretty sworn enemies, but you also have to figure that this is probably also
Not active enemies, right? Are we at war
Well-
with them? No.
Hold on, I'm confused. Who is whose enemy? Are the Klingons and Romulans enemies, or are they both enemies of us, or are we all enemies of each other? Like,
Romulans are kind of antagonistic towards everyone. Klingons are aggressive, but they've found some common ground with the Federation. Who else is involved?
There's
Trill?
one
Trill.
Trill.
And then-
Trill.
and then-
Trill are pretty peaceful for the most part.
And-
could the
you
Trill
guys-
be a prisoner?
Well, you guys are also forgetting the one other thing that is
Unknown.
also a part of this: the alien parasite creatures that seem to be actually controlling everything.
Oh, I was about
Yeah.
to say we can't scan for those, right?
I
They're
mean, you're
like-
pretty just gonna assume, I think, at this point that you're dealing with parasites.
Yeah.
That's a little troubling, actually.
Hold on, hold on, how do we know the slugs are there? Did we find it on the body that was in that shuttlecraft? Is that right?
You
Yeah.
found
Trying to remember.
evidence of one that it looks like that Klingon had ripped it out or cut it out of
Right. Okay.
the
Okay.
neck.
Yeah.
And that Tellarite log indicated that they were experimenting on Klingon with these parasites.
It wasn't the Tellarite log. There was
The captain of the station.
The station commander's log indicated that something was going on, that was some kind of sickness, but he did
Mhm.
not know what it was. But he then vented all the air in the station, screaming, "We are not ourselves."
I remember, and then I was paranoid that they were hiding in the walls.
Yes.
Okay.
Mm.
I think that was one of the few notes I actually took was slugs in the walls and then question mark.
But no,
There
there
were
were no
slugs in the
slugs in the
walls.
wall.
I did, yeah. I wrote slugs in the walls and then Tellarite species. Those were my two notes.
All right. So to go down there, what would you guys like to do? Would you like to beam down, or would you like to take the shuttle down?
I'd like to take the shuttle down.
I was about to say I'd be more comfortable driving everybody. I've got the con.
So with that, I will caution you're not going to be able to get into the hangar. So this means you are going to have to get out of the shuttle and get to the hangar. And what does that mean? EV
EV
suits
suits.
that cost one
Yes.
momentum per character.
Well, then never mind. We're beaming.
Always be beaming. All right.
Makes sense.
I got my Ushantor. I'm ready.
All right, let's get going. How do we?
As we
beam
know,
down?
the Federation is a post-scarcity society. However, there's some things that you just can't get unless you got momentum.
Mm.
Well, no,
That's
just
how it is.
the guy checking them out of the armory is like, what are you gonna give me for these? I don't think you didn't treat them. There was like there were laser beam blasts last time you returned these. I don't trust you. And then we gotta schmooze them, and that takes all of our. It sucks.
Just love the
sucks the
idea
life out of us to do it.
The first mate ordering some EV suits for his squad, and they're like,
No.
"Aw."
All right. So before you can beam down, you need to adjust the transporters to get a sensor lock to adjust for the interference. So this, you have a couple of options. It is going to be an engineering task, but you can use either daring or control.
With
This will-
daring and engineering, I've got a total of 14.
Yeah, this is going to be a difficulty of 2. Does anybody have an applicable focus that they could use here?
I am an engineer as a class.
I have
Doesn't mean-
vigilance. I don't know if vigilance applies here. Probably not.
I would say like pattern enhancers or, transporting, anything like that.
Fearless.
Does quantum mechanics as a focus come into effect?
I don't believe so. No.
Then I'm out. See you, folks. It sounds like the meathead is taking us down. Get him, Todd.
All right. So daring plus engineering, difficulty of 2.
2d20.
I could roll to assist.
Yeah, well, I'll let you do that.
Here we go.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no.
Oh,
that's
no.
That's just a 3 on the 3D dice. Why is that so bad?
Okay.
Oh, no.
Okay.
17, 18, 19.
Hey, it's descending, Drew. Doesn't do we get like a Yahtzee or something? That's what Yahtzee is, right?
I'm pretty sure
I feel
that's
like we're
exactly-
entering some sort of horror movie where teleportation goes very wrong.
Oh boy.
Even despite this, you think that if you spend 2 momentum, you can create an advantage in the next step.
Yo, then we'd be broke. The momentum master says, no.
So creating an advantage is going to reduce the difficulty of the next step by 1. Might recommend doing that.
No, I just need my team not to roll like
Sir, the last thing we need is anyone
select
getting
words
caught in
of
the buffer,
insulting.
You want us to roll more like you, Tyler? Got it.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
all right,
yeah.
I have a backup plan. It's not great, but we only take 2 EVA suits. I fly us down there. The 2 go out and open up the hangar bay, and then I fly the shuttle in and then close it behind. And I'm sorry, but that probably means it's got to be Hanar, the engineer, and whoever is going to be his security escort going out on the planet by yourself. You don't wear a red shirt, right?
No,
Me?
you wear
No.
a red
No,
shirt.
neither of us would. We're both gold.
All right, good. You'll probably be fine then.
So
I'm
do you
down.
want to at least attempt to use the transporter?
If something goes wrong here, it does sound like it could be bad, but I gotta leave it up to the commander. I'm either way, but I want to give that as an option, sir.
You've adjusted the sensor lock, so you're good. You have a lock on a location. Still going to be a difficult beam, but you can do it. It's a difficulty of 3, control plus engineering task. This one is assisted by the ship's sensors plus engineering.
But I mean, if anybody had a focus here, I would say, yeah, difficulty 3, we can make that happen. So if I spend 2 momentum, it would reduce the difficulty by
To 2.
2, so it'd be a difficulty 1 task.
No, it would reduce the difficulty to 2.
Oh, I see. Alternatively, we could spend a single momentum, give someone an extra dice, and roll it.
And then we keep one of our momentum.
Then we keep a
In
momentum.
the interest of speed, I will allow you to roll the dice that you have, plus the ship, figure out if you succeed, and allow you to spend momentum after that.
Sounds like a plan.
Let's do it.
I want to roll for the ship. What's the?
So control plus engineering for the actual beaming, and sensors plus engineering for the ship.
So bad.
All right.
It's 11 for the ship.
So,
I
Mr.
believe
Security.
you will roll for it.
I'm rolling for the ship first. Ding dang doom. Another 18.
no.
We're so good at this game.
We're playing the wrong game.
These would be all critical hits in Pathfinder 2E. We'd just be critting all over the place.
Okay.
Oh no.
So, I mean, I got to roll anyway, right? So control is my second worst stat at 9, but plus engineering, that puts me at 13. So,
Oh, is there someone else that has a better control? I'm at 14.
with control and engineering,
Mhm.
yeah, then you do it.
Oh boy. And I have nothing.
All you have to do is roll a 1.
Nothing. to
Plus
help out
another,
here.
and then just 2 1s. That's fine.
Am I just rolling 2d20?
2d20.
I mean, you're at this point you're not going to succeed unless you roll once.
So roll 2d20, and then we have to figure out how much momentum we have to spend based on that. Okay, so that's 2 successes.
2 successes.
So we need to spend Well, let's just spend. Unfortunately,
The
I don't want
last
to put this on a
momentum.
dice roll. So let's just spend both momentum and reduce the task.
All right.
All right. I think I got a lock.
Beamy.
I think I could do it, but I'd rather take a ship down. Just make sure in the official report, Lieutenant Commander, that my objection was noted.
Noted.
Rebecca, actually make a real note that Patrick objected to this. How are we going to get out if we
Energize.
can't roll down?
I mean, it's a great question.
Listen, I wanted to take a shuttle too, but apparently EV suits cost crap. So
Well, we could
And I'm not-
have had dudes.
No,
Yeah, we
listen.
need-
What happens in like every Aliens movie? They send two people out, they both die. It's like
Yeah.
a must.
You know,
Oh, we're on
everything's free on the ship except for
Yeah.
these that you got to have the GPL.
And literally,
have that
if both
GPL.
of them went down, because we can't spend any, we wouldn't have a momentum on the EV suits. We would just be like, well, I guess they're dead, and we'd go back to the ship and beam.
We'll see you next time on God, we can play Star Trek Adventure.
Yeah. Oh man.
All right, so we are now here in the hangar because that's at the top of the mining. It's a mining colony, so you have to imagine there's lower places.
Mm.
So let's look around. You see a Tellarite freighter sitting there, but can I get someone to do a scan of the area? This is going to be an insight plus science task with a difficulty of 2.
Drew, before we move on, just really quick, since I didn't realize we were beaming into the hangar, would it be possible, since we're in the hangar now, to have prepped a different pilot to bring in the shuttle after we've unlocked the hangar? Like, just we got like a red shirt. I can just be like, hey, after we touch down, give us 20 minutes, and then
I don't
we'll
know what you
open the
mean,
hangar
Tyler.
for
The
you.
All
ship
of
is-
my men are ready for action, sir.
The
I'm-
ship is
I-
crewed by 5 people and the captain.
Yeah.
Regulation
I-
states only 5 go on a mission, an away team.
I'm also not exactly sure of the purpose because you're now there, all 5 of you, with the no.
Because
to get
when
back.
when we want to leave, I don't want to leave it to beaming.
Well, let's
I
just-
don't want to.
I say I would recommend let's look around and investigate.
Okay. Sounds
It's my
good.
favorite 50s
Sounds good.
television show, Leave It to Beaming.
Leave it to beaming. That's a good one.
Lord! So now that you guys are in the hangar, and let's assume that you guys have all prepped with your, away team gear. You've got your phasers and tricorders and med kits and all that good stuff. Can somebody give me a just a scan for life signs? Because there are life signs and you don't see any here.
That sounds
Um,
like a job for a medical officer.
Yeah. So this is an insight plus science task with a difficulty of 2.
Okay, so that would be a 14 for this roll. That's 2, right? Yeah,
Yeah,
that's 2
bingo.
successes. Woohoo.
Your tricorder is picking up life signs in the lower levels of the outpost, but you can't distinguish the life forms from each other. A schematic of the facility's ground level displays a turbolift approximately 20 meters from your current position. Now, would you like to spend momentum to learn
No.
extra information?
We can't. We're at 0.
Mhm.
Well, I just got 2 successes. Wouldn't that give us 1 momentum?
No,
It
that-
was
that
a difficulty
2.
2.
We're at 0, so we got no
Never
info,
mind
Drew.
then. Yep.
None.
broke.
All right. So with that said, at this point, you can just go to the turbo lift and take the turbo lift down, or you can continue to investigate the level that you're on.
Investigate.
Yeah, did we, from that scan, did we get...
Todd,
Any-
you've suddenly gone very quiet.
Sorry about that. Yeah, I was going to say, let's investigate and see if there's any maybe resources or information to be gathered here on this level before we head down.
I'd like to open all the tool chests and see if anyone left any momentum lying around.
Ah, you just find worthless gold. I don't know.
Ah!
What happens if I click on the shop button at the top of the screen? Can I buy momentum? Like,
Oh, you can always buy momentum.
We're gonna pay to win Star Trek Adventures.
Just opening. I'm just opening PayPal and clicking on Drew's email.
I have
I've heard of
45
DMs that
threat
do
by
that.
the end of this.
They're like,
You
if you go buy me dinner, I'll give you 2 hero points. Like,
Drew,
Wow.
do we get any additional momentum for me getting you a birthday present that's Star Trek related? I don't want to ask, but here I am. I'm cashing it in.
The Gorn only deal in threat. They don't deal in momentum.
Give me momentum, Drew.
All right. So besides the hangar and the airlock, this level contains empty quarters where the outpost guards and commanders used to live. You find communications and sensor stations, a mess hall, a kitchen, and the antimatter reactor. Except for the reactor room, this level appears abandoned and in disrepair. The reactor, however, has been restored and recently maintained. A device connected to the reactor is amplifying the natural disruptive field of the diamagnetic core.
Can
Well, if we shut it off, odds are somebody's going to come back to fix it, and we may outnumber them.
Now, would this involve subspace physics? Or does it look like it is quantum in nature?
here's
Or I could slam, or I could
gonna
slam
add-
my Ushantor.
I've got it.
into
I've
I
got
don't
I've got a
understand
little bit-
science in this world.
I've got a little bit better. My Hanor Dell has power systems focus. I'm going to assume that might be applicable here.
You know, I'll let
Very.
it be. To disable this device is a reason plus engineering task.
Oh,
is- It is a difficulty of 3.
okay. I have a question, Drew, and like this isn't something my character is going to do with before running it past the commander, but so this device is the one that's amplifying the signal that is causing the disruption in the area. Can I determine if there's anything connected to this device that might alert somebody if I make any alterations to it? Do I know? Is it?
It's an alien enough device you cannot tell.
Could I possibly alter the field so that it's only pointing towards the lower decks, but to get rid of the signal between us and the ship?
I think you could probably do that, but that is going to increase the difficulty of the task by at least 2.
Ooh, challenging. And this
Yeah,
is
too challenging.
reason and
So what does focus allow me to do?
What focus does is if you get a success, it counts as 2 successes.
Okay, so the most I could get is 4.
well, do you have a value as well? Would that come into effect?
Does a
if you-
value make any kind of adjustment to the rolls as well?
Not
So
the
what the val-
rolls.
So,
but
values
what
have
the-
to do with determination.
Yeah.
So-
So what the values do
Okay.
is if it is something that you can use your determination factor. Basically, if you look at your values, like you have test everything to its limits, 4 lifetimes of adventure, always pad your estimates, love your ship like you would a child. If you can justify character-wise using one of those values, then you get a determination point, which counts as a natural 1 automatically.
Oh, okay.
I am going to, in the essence of expediency,
Yeah.
recommend not going down this route.
Okay, so you don't want me to try to explain why I think one of these values might be relevant here.
I mean, if you're going to do that,
Well, if you're going to spend determination.
if you're going to spend determination, that's fine. What I'm saying is, I would focus more on turning it off than altering it. It's
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair.
Take it on, because we could also potentially get momentum if you do really well. That'd be
Okay.
dope.
So, yeah, I spout off this strange theory to the commander, and I'm going to assume, Tyler, that he tells me to just turn it off.
Yeah, I think he considers it, and he says, I would rather try and maybe lay a trap here. I hope that they know that we've turned this off and send someone to investigate. So let's try this.
Okay.
Let's make as much noise as possible and see what hornets come out of the nest.
I take out my Ushantor. Ready for noise, sir.
So 16 is the number I'm trying to beat here.
And by beat, you mean not beat.
Well,
Yeah.
Well,
Roll
right.
lower
I'm trying to
than.
beat 16 by hitting it or below.
and you succeeded twice, so
and,
that
and you have
counts
succeeded twice
as 4.
with
So
your
does that give
power.
us 4 successes?
It gives you 4 successes, so you had 1 momentum to the pool. You have now turned off this device. That means the diamagnetic field 2 location trait no longer exists. It has died down to normal levels.
Excellent. So now we
So
can
you
probably beam out of here a little easier.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
now no longer have to worry about that affecting your beaming, which is why, Tyler, I mentioned that just because we don't need to involve crewmen and shuttles. Getting
Now
down
that
here.
now that communications are open, I hit my comm and I go, bring in a shuttle. Hangar bay should be open.
All right. So
Um,
with that said, just about the only thing left to do is to take the turbo lift to the lower level.
Well, I think I would turn to. Shoot, Rebecca, what's your character's name? I'm sorry.
Dr. T'Prel. I have to look every time too.
Just call her doctor.
T-Prowl.
Hey, Doc.
Yeah, doctor's fine. Doctor, does your tricorder detect life signs better now since the distortion has ended?
Oh, should we do another scan?
Makes sense.
Seems like a good idea to try again.
Yeah, you know that they didn't build this into the rules. I'll let you.
Why
do
not?
It.
Good point.
I'll let you do it. There's nothing really stopping you. I don't have a rules reason
Insight
to
and
block
science
this.
again?
Insight and science.
Can we get a
You have threat.
specific number of like life forms?
Maybe.
2 successes.
2 successes, and it was difficulty of 2, which means it's difficulty 0. So basically, this is 2 momentum, which I don't really want to give you, but I'll be nice. Yeah, you can definitely tell down below that there are numerous Romulan life signs, numerous Klingon life signs of various types, and you can detect that trill again, a single trill, and I do believe you see a Tellarite. But outside of that, you are having a hard time just because you're too far away from doing that.
Can I
So-
tell exactly like how far away they are? Like if we go down the lift, like are we gonna just run into them, or are they like in another castle?
At this point, you cannot tell.
Okay.
Okay.
There's
let's-
enough residual diamagneticism because of just the outlying regions that local scans you can get really well, but that far out, it's not as
So
bad
like
as
if
it
you're
was.
looking at the person, you can scan them pretty well, but like
I mean, if they were in the room,
Okay.
you know, if they were hiding behind something, or if they were on the same level, if they had been in the crew quarters or something like that, you'd be able to know exactly where they are now.
okay, that's fine. All right, let's go down the lift.
Seems like a
Alright.
lot of potential hostiles.
Mhm.
Should probably take a look in some of the crew quarters to see if there are any other advanced weaponry that may have been left behind. But I'm
Well,
cool. I'm
it's-
cool going down the turbo lift.
When you look through the crew quarters, you could tell it had not been used in a very long time. Nothing of value was left. The only place that had really been kept up was the antimatter reactor with that piece attached to it.
Well,
Right.
and even still, like I feel like walking into a room full of hostiles with a bunch of heavy weaponry may not be the best tactic anyway. So
I think that's pretty far down Federation regulations. I think Starfleet regulations. Sorry.
All right, so let's take the turbo lift.
Commander, did you have something for me, sir?
Yeah. You the only 2 advanced weapons you need are right here.
Oh, forgot to-
Roger that, sir.
Did we just walk onto the set of lower decks? Hold on a sec.
So you exit the turbo lift and enter a wide corridor. On the floor, 3 meters ahead of you, is a dead Klingon slumped in the entryway to the infirmary. His body prevents the door from closing all the way. He is terribly deformed with thickened cranial plating, huge tusk, and an exoskeleton breaking through his uniform.
Phaser's out.
so these are signs of the slugs, right? That's exactly the
Yes.
kind of stuff.
Would you
that we
like
saw
to
in
would
the-
you like to scan this dead Klingon to find out
Yes,
anything?
very much so.
Dr.
All right,
T'Prel,
this is
what happened here?
a reason plus medicine task with a difficulty of 1. Better be glad you deactivated that device, because, ooh.
That's 2 successes. Woohoo.
Nice. All right, so you can tell that the extensive genetic modifications have been made to the Klingon's DNA. A neural parasite, deceased, is still present in the Klingon's body, and the Klingon died only hours ago, his body having appeared to reject the genetic modifications.
Can I see the parasite? Can I stab the parasite?
I mean, it's a dead body, you know. Feel like you're probably, you don't need to go all that route.
One less parasite to worry about.
Well, it's dead, so we don't have to worry about it now.
Sorry, you said the genetic modifications were made to combat the parasite. Is that?
I didn't say that.
Oh, okay.
You can just tell the genetic modifications have been made,
Oh, okay.
and that
But we
the
don't know
body
what for.
and that the body appears to have rejected the modifications.
Okay. That's just Rebecca jumping to conclusions.
Yes.
That's why. Okay.
We'll keep our jump to conclusions Matt out of the way here. All right. So he was in the door to the infirmary, which I imagine is like closing on him, on his dead body in the hallway. So would you guys? If you guys would like to continue forward into the infirmary, you find more dead bodies. This is another reason plus medicine task with a difficulty of 1.
Okay, I'll keep rolling this then. 2 successes.
2 successes. That is 1 more momentum. These Klingons were also infested with neural parasites. Genetic modifications appear to have been made not only to the Klingons, but to the slugs themselves.
Super slugs.
So, would you like to spend momentum to obtain information?
I think we should.
Yes.
Lieutenant Commander Tyler.
Scan away.
All right. So I have 4 bits of information. Would you like to spend all 4 bits of momentum for this information?
Oh, that's a lot, but
Can we start with 2 and then make a decision if we want more?
Yeah, I'll allow it. I'll allow
Okay.
it.
That'll take
All right.
because I have us currently pegged at 4 momentum.
oh no,
So
we got up to max with that last roll.
how do you figure?
It was only difficulty 1, and she rolled
Right.
2 successes. And I didn't want to bring this up because I think we were at 5, and that would take us to 6. But this has got to be a murder mystery, just a focus.
Oh yeah, good point.
Well, these Klingons were not murdered. They died. So you can tell that the parasites have been altered with Klingon DNA, as if the parasites were trying to better match the Klingon hosts. But in doing so, that seemed to trigger some sort of de-evolution. So that's 1 momentum.
Hold on, de-evolution of the Klingons or of the slugs?
Kind of both.
Okay, go hit us again. Hit us again.
The genetic modifications to these Klingons appears to be more advanced than the ones that you saw on the Kortar station, suggesting that there is a very skilled geneticist that has been working on this.
Ooh, could that be the Trill?
It's my thought.
Ooh, do we want more?
Oh.
Should we take a vote, or do we let Tyler just decide?
I mean, I personally, I think that's good enough.
Tyler says no. I would say no too, personally. As much
But
as
out of curiosity,
Patrick wants
Drew,
it.
could I potentially could I do a dice roll to try to obtain some information? Because I am very curious about something here.
This is a momentum roll. This is a follow-up to the scan. I know
because
this is
I have,
one of those things
I
that
have maybe an unrelated question.
This is one of those things that is like I have to it makes perfect sense to just let this happen, but it's also one of those things where I do have to go a little bit by the rules of the game. I will let you ask, and then I will say yes or no.
Okay. Do any of the So first off, can we see these parasites physically?
I mean, they're in the necks of the Klingons, so you can see their little gills sticking out, but you cannot physically see them.
Okay. Using what ability to observe that we have, do I see any similarity to the modifications to these parasites that might resemble a symbiont for the Trill?
It's a question I can't answer.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay.
Is that something going through Henar's mind, though?
Yeah, he's definitely curiously looking them over. He looks concerned.
Seth's the one that loves murder mysteries, not Rebecca. Not Rebecca's character.
I understand Trill maybe a little bit better than Rebecca does. I think this is probably what's going on here.
If we're not spending more momentum, I would vote move on.
Yeah. All right. So you step back out into the corridor, and you see two Romulan Centurions turn the corner where the smooth walls of the outpost and the cavernous tunnels of the mines begin. And you hear the howl of some unseen creature echoing throughout the tunnel.
Get him, Lieutenant Commander Los.
I'm on it. Run forward with my Ushantor in hand.
No! I was hoping Tyler would be able to talk them out of the situation. No, I want to fight these things. They're horrific.
The weakness is their shoulder pads. Aim for the shoulders.
All right. So luckily, earlier in the mission, you turned off this device safely. If you had failed to do so, you would have tripped a silent alarm and they would have been aware of your presence. Ooh. But they do not seem to be aware of you right now. So you take the first strike, the first turn in the combat scenario. Hi-oh. Hey, this is what
It kind of goes back and forth between the players and the...
It goes back and forth between the players and the enemies. There is no turn order. It's just whoever happens to want to go.
I run forward with my Ushantor.
Before the Ushantor man goes insane, are they aware of our presence at all, or are they just
Not right
walking and they don't see us?
They do not see.
Can I convince Ushantor guy to set up an ambush and not just scream headlong at them?
He is under your command. You can tell him not to do this.
I can tell him not to, but I can't physically stop him either.
I mean, he is a Starfleet officer.
Sure.
He respects the chain of command.
He should listen.
That's it. I'll strangle them with the chain of command.
Oh no! He just picks up Commander Linares and just like.
Is that like alternate universe Wonder Woman's weapon?
Yeah.
Oh boy!
Hoorah!
All right. So who would like to go? Who would like to go first? Who would like to do something? Let's get this party started.
I mean, I feel like we are all looking to our captain to, or whatever your name is.
Lieutenant Commander, lol.
Commander, what do you think we should do?
Commander,
maybe using. I'm Commander Linares. I don't know who. I don't know.
Commander
Lieutenant Commander Folos is Todd. Yeah.
No, Los. Los.
Linares.
Yeah, it's his. Isn't your last name Los?
No.
Yeah, but I'm Commander Linares. Yeah.
Bajoran family names are first, so Los
Yes.
would be the equivalent to his given name. Linares would be his family name.
I'm so sorry.
My command is my command is for Patrick's character to stand in the middle of the hallway and get shot. No.
I joined the Romulans. I'm like, put one in my neck. Put him in there.
With some like quick hand signals, can we, kind of hide behind this like machinery and wait for them to get into this like narrow kill zone and then just.
I don't think you have the time to do that. Because if they don't notice you right this moment, they are milliseconds away from it.
I see. So
I mean, you could hide, but the rest of us wouldn't have the opportunity, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, go Ushantor man, go.
Hoorah!
Do you have an ability you want to use?
My Ushantor for
I'm talking to Tyler, like the
No, there's
boost or no?
nope. I don't have any. I can't do anything like that.
I don't think SDA has a get
No.
on Patrick.
All of my abilities revolve around not murder. so unless I cannot murder, no, there's nothing.
Because it's been like a month since we've done any combat. Let's remind everybody what the different things we can do are. So you can use melee weapons, whether it be punching or Ushantor. Those are opposed rolls. They are daring plus security rolls, but the character that you're attacking gets the opportunity to roll again, and whoever rolls better is the victor of that. That's going to determine whether you hit or not. You also have ranged attacks with your phasers. That is control plus security. Melee attacks are difficulty of 1. Phaser attacks are difficulty of 2, unless the opponent is in actual melee range with you, and then it becomes a difficulty of 3, much like you would have attacks of opportunity kind of stuff in Starfinder or Pathfinder. So, with that said, I think you can also probably imagine with a quick scan, these are parasite Romulans. And what did we learn about parasite Romulans the last time we fought one?
they're incredibly hard to put down.
Set your phasers to kill.
Yeah, we're gonna
Stun
have to.
does nothing.
Yeah,
So we're gonna have to
Is that what we?
blast them bad. Yeah, I don't.
That was the first episode, or
Yeah,
right?
The shooting the Romulan commander who had a parasite didn't seem to do much of anything unless it was on kill. So I think that's what we learned.
That is the most Starfleet one-liner for combat. Blast them bad.
Blast them baddies back to where they came from. Yeah, but Todd, you do you. You do you, Todd.
well, yeah, if we can, it's a good chance they are infected. I think we ought to all lock on phasers, set to kill, and go ahead and.
Well, I think your Ushantor would work fine too. You just cut their head
Well,
off.
so this
right?
is one of those situations where keep in mind that you do have minor actions that you can do. So if you don't move, you could do something like aim.
Oh, I forgot all about aim.
And some of you have character-specific minor actions that you can do. So you could aim, which lets you re-roll a single d20 that you make for that attack. You could draw item. You can drop prone. You could, do a whole bunch of stuff. This is on page 10 of the character sheets PDF that you guys have.
So, I've got.
I'm drawing a weapon. I want to say I'll allow you to have had your phasers drawn in anticipation of this.
I've had nothing in my
I'll
hands
allow it.
but my phaser the entire time. I ain't scanning nothing. I'm shooting stuff.
So I've got a value of rash and reckless, and fortune favors the bold. I've got a focus. I've got a focus of fearless, and hand phasers and blades.
Yeah.
I've got a ranged type 2 phaser.
Well,
Get 'em, Folos.
Visually, are they wielding ranged weapons?
Yes, they have disruptor pistols.
So my suggestion would be to either find cover and engage at distance, or to, close the distance and support the melee character, knowing that the melee character is probably going to go down in a very short order. So, but that's totally up to you. I think since we have a opening gambit, we should hand it off to the person who's the best shot, which is Todd.
Get him, Todd. Roll them bones.
Yeah, I'm gonna actually make a ranged attack with the phaser type 2. If I can aim, what do I need to do for aim?
Aim is just automatic.
Okay.
Roll a single d20 made on the attack.
Oh, roll one single d20.
No, that lets you
you
re-roll.
re-roll.
Oh,
So
lets me
you're-
re-roll. Okay.
Yeah.
So again, fortune favors the bold.
Did you want to
Lead
use
by
determination?
example. I'm sorry.
Did you want to use determination?
I wouldn't.
Determination.
It sounds like you're listing off your whatchamacallits
Values.
values.
Yeah, all that really matters is that he has a focus in phasers. So any
Yeah.
success here,
Any
is gonna
success is
be
gonna
two
count twice.
successes. Yeah, so
Right.
this is
Okay.
going to be whoever you shoot at is going to take some stress. Let's just put it
Okay.
that way.
Yeah, I'll go. Yeah, I'll
And-
go ahead and roll.
Yeah, shooting is what two things?
Shooting is control plus security, difficulty of 2 at this range.
So
All right.
that puts me at a 12.
All right, go for it. Well, but you focus, so you'll be fine.
All right.
Ooh,
Oh,
four
That's four.
successes.
That's 4 successes. No rerolls needed.
Nice.
All right. So now this is where we have to go back to the D6 rolls. So let's see, where is your character sheet? So
I
for
believe
your
it's
phaser-
7.
7d6.
Yep.
So because that was difficulty 2, and he got 4. We get 2 to the momentum, right?
Yes.
Okay, that takes us to max momentum. So the next person who attacks should spend some.
good point.
All right. Here it
Tyler
comes.
being the first officer, just directing everything. I love it.
Yeah, I don't roll dice, so this is the best thing I can contribute towards the show.
We had a little bit of a discussion about that the last time we played, about like
Yeah.
what a commander can do in these situations.
Nice.
Yeah. It's
All right.
never-
Seven
and it's not roll
7d6 coming up.
dice. Ooh.
All right. So a reminder of how these D6 work.
I forget the damage
Oh.
completely.
A 1 does 1 damage. A 2 does 2 damage.
Yep.
A 3 does nothing. A 4 does nothing.
But a 6.
A 5 or a 6 do 1 damage, but they also, if the weapon that you're using has an effect on it, and not all weapons do, but it will trigger that effect. So what do we have here? So that is, let's see,
8 damage.
8 damage.
Yeah, 3 2s, a 6, and a 1.
Yeah.
And does your weapon have any effect on it? I don't
I
think
don't.
it
is it
does.
is it phaser type 2? Because if that is, then
Yeah.
no.
Yeah. Phaser type 2.
No.
Yeah, so if you notice on your character sheet how your Ushan Tor has a vicious,
Mm-hmm.
that vicious 1 would add 1 damage for each time that you hit a 5 or a 6.
Oh, okay.
Like your unarmed strike as a knockdown will knock down the character, so then they have to spend time getting up.
Gotcha.
So unfortunately your good old fashioned type 2 phaser doesn't have anything cool like that, but you have done 8 damage. Oh my gosh. Which one did you attack, by the way? The
Stress.
one
From my character's perspective, it's the one on the left, so the one closer to the top of the screen.
Okay, great. Hang on.
Can you imagine just, walking with your parasite buddy? I think for lunch I want to, maybe go out, maybe try to find something nice to eat.
Yeah, they eat like bowls of maggots and things. It's great.
Yeah.
Well, but listen, East Side has nicer maggots than South Side, and so they're tired of eating. This guy is tired of eating at South Side maggots. He wants some East Side maggots.
One of them looks at the other and says, "Hey, you want to get some grub?"
End
That's
the
all.
stream.
That's all the time
End
we
the
have
stream.
on Cosmic
Just end
Crit
the
tonight,
stream.
everybody.
All right. Oh, and also remember that if you deal 5 damage to anything, or if you get 5 damage, you cause an injury.
Yeah.
Ow!
Take him down.
Hey. Unfortunately, it looks like this dude just gets right back up.
Of course.
I literally hate enemies in this game.
And this guy is now super mad because he has seen you and he wants to shoot you. So he is going
Want some?
to...
Get some.
So let's see. This is, what did I say it was? Control security.
Yep.
And...
No, it's reason medical.
Oh, you don't want reason medicine. That's even worse.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you got it on the first one.
Looks like I only got 1 success, which means that I have missed you. Who would like to go next?
I would.
Okay.
Oh, is there anything I can roll to maybe? I'm sorry. I forgot my place. I'm the commander. I don't roll. I don't think I have any for a minor action, I think I'm just going to move here.
You can aim.
And oh no, I'm not gonna fire. Are you kidding me?
What are you doing?
That's not what I'm getting into cover. I'm going to take a special action that is only available to commanding officers, which is the direct action. The character nominates a single other character present who may immediately attempt a single task assisted by the commanding character. So I'm just going to pick Todd to shoot again.
Okay. All right.
And I get to assist in this. So this is get him, by the way.
Get him, boys.
Oh,
I feel like I'm
Okay.
having deja vu. Isn't this exactly how the last fight went?
This is exactly what I did in the last fight. This is all I will ever do, Rebecca.
What else
And
you
you
got?
know what? Knack uses get him every fight because that's just what Knack do.
nice. All right.
Per-
Well,
So I'll roll to assist here.
Assist in the fights. And that's rolling a dice. That counts.
Yeah, I know.
same target, same weapon.
I have assisted here.
Yay! Tyler rolled a d20.
I do have a focus in guerrilla tactics.
Ooh.
I don't know if this is
I don't
really
know that this counts as guerrilla tactics.
Well, it would have if you had let me set up my ambush, Drew.
Is it
All right,
gorilla or gorilla? Like I don't know.
It's only fighting gorillas.
It's
in
very
the-
close.
In the mist. All right, get him, Todd. Todd. This is why we
All
brought you here to kill
Yeah.
things. Yeah.
Nah!
So that's
5 successes.
5 successes.
Wow. All right, how much damage we're rolling, boys?
Oh,
I think 76.
76.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I'm very curious. Because what I want to see is how much. I mean, because I assume Todd is also going to roll rocks on this. I mean, like, are we dealing with damage reduction or damage negation? That's kind of what I want to see here. I expect if Drew's like, oh, they just shrug this off, no problem. Then I
Oh,
assume
if we could do the same amount of damage, I better see a head explode, Drew. I better see a head explode, or we're beaming out. This episode is over.
I will tell you the special rule is called immune to pain.
Ooh. So
Now, what it means beyond that, I won't tell you, but that is what it's called.
I would guess injuries probably don't do much.
Yeah. All right.
So
76, Todd.
All right, 76 coming up.
getting
76.
extra successes doesn't do anything special. It just
Just adds to momentum. That you
okay.
can then
So we
use
have
to-
full momentum because of this at this point.
Yeah.
Six.
Six. 6 damage.
Yep.
And
6 damage.
3 5s or 6s. So boy howdy, you really should have got up in there and meleeed them to death. These rolls are so good. Way to go,
I've
Todd.
All right, this
I've also-
Romulan collapses to the ground, dead. Oh, but you see a little tiny critter crawling on out.
Oh boy.
Kill it with fire.
Well,
It's Elmo.
does Drew get to go now? Do they get to go?
Yeah.
Is that-
I also have
Yes.
close protection, so when I make a successful attack, I spend 1 momentum to protect a single ally within close range.
Oh, who would that be? Who's your best friend? Todd?
Oh, me! I'm right
protect-
next to
Protect,
you.
yeah, protect the healer.
Oh yeah. No, you're like, I'm gonna need you in about a minute to prowl. So stand
Drops our
behind
momentum
me.
to 5. First turn.
Yeah, unfortunately, none of my parasite bits are still around. So imagine you see a parasite on the floor that starts to scurry away. But in the meantime, this guy, he be mad. He has just watched this Andorian scoundrel try to successfully kill his buddy. So here we go. We're gonna take a shot at Todd's character.
I'm gonna draw you a little dude.
Oh, Drew! Spend some threat, my man.
Oh, I might. Oh, but not this round.
All right, well, then it is
One of your turns. So we've
somebody
got
else's turn.
I will aim and take a shot with my little phaser. A little type, type 1
At the
phaser.
parasite?
Should I, or should I fire on the other?
I'm a little worried it's going to go to one of these grates on the ground and just disappear, and then we just deal with it later. But
I'm taking aim at the parasite. Let's go.
let's
Oh,
go.
gosh.
I'm
Now we gotta
using-
find the-
I'm using momentum. Let's go.
All right, taking us down to 4.
I thought we were just at full.
Todd used one to protect you. Or to
Oh.
protect the doctor, sorry.
That takes momentum.
Yes.
Okay. Well, yeah, going down to 4. So I roll 3d20.
3d20.
Don't have anything additional to this. So I am looking for 13. Lucky number 13. Bloop.
13 or under. Yes.
Ooh, 2
Yes.
successes. So
That's all
a
we
hit.
need.
And this
Yeah,
is
and the parasite is dead. You did not need to.
Oh,
Yeah, good shot.
Yeah.
Parasite outside of the body.
Oh.
Not quite so.
Oh,
Even
awesome.
if Patrick rolled like all 3s and 4s.
Don't put that juju
Yeah.
on me. I can do better. 5 and a 6. I did it.
I wasn't even gonna make you roll that. That was yeah. All right. So once again, this Romulan, he's mad. He wants Andorian blood, blue Andorian blood. Andorian blood is blue.
Want some?
Makes
Get
sense.
some.
Unbelievable. Oh, I feel like
18
Patrick.
and 19. Get it.
I feel like Patrick. These would be such great rolls if I was GMing any other game.
Can't you use your threat?
Yeah, but
Yeah, you should use your threat that you
plans for the threat.
have.
Y'all know Drew. He likes to hoard that currency. He's never gonna use it.
Never, yeah. The consumable hoarder strikes again.
Y'all are rolling much better this time, so I unfortunately got rid of most of my threat, or half of my threat. You guys realize I ticked off 11 threat from this map.
Hey, to be fair, you can blame your significant other
Yeah,
for
you
ruining
should
your
have
birthday.
gave us momentum instead of taking away your threat. We got
All right,
happy
so-
birthdays in the chat from Blizzork.
It is
Hey,
either
Blizzard.
Hannah Dell or the doctor's turn.
If I remember
Um,
correctly, the doctor is a better shooter than I am. So
I don't know. I'm not great. I'm not great.
I'm not good either.
I don't even have my character
Well,
sheet
It's
up.
a race to the bottom.
A reminder: you don't have to attack. You can try to create an advantage. So maybe you could think of a creative way to use the environment to create an advantage. Maybe shoot. There's some canisters behind this guy. Maybe you shoot
Yeah,
the
I was
canister
just
and it creates
trying
an
to
advantage
Trying
for
to
somebody
think
else.
stuff.
Can I assist? Like nominate a single ally you can communicate with and assist their next task? Can I help somebody else shoot better? Or no?
I mean, that's
So-
Like you walk up behind them and put your arm around their midsection and you put your hand on their hand. You're like,
So well, honestly,
me
so
help
the,
you.
The way that I would play this
This
is
isn't awkward at all.
the way that I would play that, because technically, if you're a doctor, you know the most vulnerable parts of an enemy. You could basically say, "Hey, aim there." The difference between assist and direct is that it happens on the next turn, so there is going to be another turn before that happens, where Tyler's character gets to do it in this turn. So that's the real difference.
Okay. I mean,
If you have an
I'm
idea.
willing to take a shot. Like, let's do it.
It's
I have no
logic.
idea
It
how
is
to do
logical.
Solid.
To take a shot.
solid Rebecca action. Wants to murder. This is
Hesitation is as bad as inaction, says my character.
Oh,
so
That's right.
Oh.
That's right.
I don't know how to do this though. I have phaser type 1, and it says ranged 5.
You're gonna
Little things.
roll. You're just rolling control and security.
Yeah. So control and security, you need 2 successes, and then we'll talk about what happens next.
Okay.
Yeah,
Nope.
but it's Rebecca, so roll the 19 on ice. Yeah.
I tried.
Wah wah.
Wah,
All right.
wah,
We're
wah.
gonna try to kill the Andorian again. Here we go.
Blast them, blast them, blast them.
Oh, there it is.
Hey, all right. I gotta call my stuff up again. Ooh, I should have upgraded to the disruptor rifles. All right, here we go. 5d6. Let's see what happens.
Who are you shooting?
Me.
Todd's good.
Todd.
Todd.
Oh, look at those 5s and 6.
All right. So this disruptor pistol is vicious 1. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is 7 stress.
Bye, Lieutenant
to-
Commander.
Jeez Louise.
Disruptors are not good for your health.
Well, that's like half of
Yeah.
your stress.
And you
got it
do get
done.
an injury automatically because I've done 5 damage.
Oof.
Or caused 5 stress damage. I'm still trying to. Now you can use that ability that I can't remember the name of to dive out of the way.
Avoid injury.
Avoid injury.
Yeah. Does that take momentum?
I believe that
Um,
takes momentum.
Where are you seeing that?
It's a combat task, I think.
Avoid an injury. Immediate. Spend 2 momentum or suffer a complication to avoid the injury that you can only use once per scene.
Per player.
Per player.
Okay, never mind.
I think we should go for it. I think we want to keep Todd up in this higgledy-piggledy.
Yeah.
So go down to 2 momentum. Is that right, Tyler?
Yes.
Excellent.
So what do I do now?
Nothing. No,
that's-
you just
You've
avoid
just
the
avoided
injury.
it.
Oh,
So
okay. All right.
You now have a minor injury, like you've stubbed your toe or you've hurt your hand or something. So that will be something that the doctor will have to take care of after the fact.
Ah,
Bet you're selling the
But
fight.
now I think it's Hanordell's turn.
Yeah, I don't have a choice. I like the idea of getting shot by a disruptor pistol and then just stubbing your toe as a result. Ow! Oh man!
You dive out of the way and
Dang.
just land on your elbow real weird.
Dag
Smart.
snap.
Okay. Are there any blue barrels like placed on any dubiously sturdy shelves nearby or anything? Like what environment am I
Nice.
looking at here?
I don't know, but you may have to move to be in range.
Oh, but then that means that I get seen by the bad guy. All right.
I don't think you have to
All
worry
right,
about being targeted.
I'll scoot up a little bit. Okay. You know what? I'll be that extra who fires a phaser blast that doesn't do anything. Let's do that.
nice.
So somebody's got to. Let's see. Security and control.
Correct.
Control and
That's-
security.
That's at
difficulty of
11
2.
for me. All right.
You're allowed to roll once.
That's successes.
Hey.
All right.
All
Now you're
right, so roll
you're rolling
4d6.
Yeah, 46.
You've only
All right,
had
let's see what
lots
happens.
of twos. Lots of twos.
We've
All
only-
twos.
We've only had 1-1 this episode in 0.
Wait, why did I do? No, I'm sorry.
Those
I'm sorry.
are-
This is the
those are
wrong thing.
D4s.
Wrong thing.
That's
Okay, here we go.
all wrong.
Uh,
3 damage.
Yep.
Yay.
3 stress, I should say.
Free stress. All right, that's my turn.
Stress him out.
I got that type 1.
All right. He shrugs this off. I think he still sees the Andorian as the real problem here. We're gonna shoot one more time.
Said Dorian's done nothing to him. Ooh, that's another hit.
Oh, that's another hit. So let's see what this 5d6 is gonna do.
3 Sam 4s. 3 Sam 4s. Oh no. 7 more damage.
Oh, that is 2. Yeah, 7 damage. I do believe that you can't avoid the injury now.
Yeah.
So I do believe that you're down. Now, we can talk about what happens next. You can attempt to recover. Let's see.
Well, there's also first aid. Like, couldn't I use first aid on him? I mean, it's a new round, right?
Yes, you could.
So I could use first aid to try to stabilize him.
Yeah, but stabilizing him is not going to get him back in the fight.
That's fine. That's fine.
What would get him back in the fight at this point? Anything?
I don't think
I
anything.
don't really think there's anything we can do while in combat to.
Now, so here is one thing that I would need to get a rules lawyer to look at. The recover ability is moving and getting behind cover. You do a fitness plus command task with difficulty of 2, and you regain stress per the amount of momentum that you earn if you do that. It also allows you to reuse the ability avoid an injury. Now, what I don't know is if that would heal an injury that is already there.
I don't think so.
I
No,
don't
I'm pretty
think
sure
so
that's
either.
what first aid is for.
Yep. Yep.
I mean,
Alright.
if they're down, how are they gonna move to get behind cover? Like recover
No.
just that
can't.
seems like breaking the game if you're using recover in that way.
Yeah. No, I think once he's down, he's out.
I
He
think we,
needs a
we can-
friend to come and help him.
Yeah.
I think we need to get
Yeah, first aid.
offensive.
First aid, the character attempts to treat the injury of a character within reach. It seems like that could be used to get him back in the fight.
Yes.
Yeah, which is what I suggested.
Yeah. Sorry, the injury
Conveniently, I'm
rules.
standing right next to him.
Well,
so.
yeah. The injury rules are a little weird for me. So, all right. So is that what you want to do?
Yeah, I'd like to act
please.
immediately. So that's daring and medicine. One success,
Do
but
you
it's
know
difficulty one.
Oh, okay. So I believe you have treated his injury.
So
and
he is stabilized but remains incapacitated, is what the cheat sheet says.
okay. So you're alive, but you're not going to be doing much right now.
I'm still at full stress.
Yeah,
Yes.
I don't think you're at full stress. The injury has taken you out until the end of the combat.
Roger
then
that.
The doctor can get you back on your feet and all of that. But now my
Thanks,
Romulan-
Doc.
Yeah, Drew, I don't think I'm going to let you take your turn.
What can you
I-
do, Tyler?
I
dare
think I
you.
want to spend 2 momentum to keep the initiative so that we can get a body in between the doctor and the injured Andorian.
And that's going to be you as commander, right?
That, unfortunately, is going to fall
Don't you do
to the
this.
commander.
Okay, good. I thought you were sending someone else in.
Hannerdale! I see Hannerdale's right next to me, actually. I just take my left arm and push.
I mean, he's like a skinny nerd. It'd be really easy.
Yeah, which is exactly why you're too easy to shoot past, so I can't rely on you here. So
Hey,
I'm gonna.
they might miss.
I'm gonna. That's all our momentum, unfortunately. Oops.
I just realized I could have been aiming for my Romulans and I wasn't doing that.
No, you actually you're not allowed to aim. It's in the rules. Don't look it up. And then I'm gonna spend a minor action just to get into position here, and then I will use my. Oh man, I mean I do have a Type 2 phaser, but not that good at shooting. Okay. I think I'm going to do this instead, just because I'm not very good at shooting things. I'm going to use the special my special task called Rally. As a commanding officer, I may attempt a presence and command task with a difficulty of 0. For all successes, they convert to momentum. And since I am putting myself in the way of danger, and I have a focus in survival and composure, I'm going to call on one of those, and I'm going to roll 2d20 here to try and generate some momentum for the team.
Yay.
I've rolled a 12. I've rolled 2 12s, and
Yay.
my presence and command is a 16. So that's going to be 4. That's going to be 4 successes.
Ah, hot ham water.
So we're back up to 4 momentum, and that will end my turn. So now it is Drew.
All right. Well, rest in power, Commander, because you're about to get got as the Romulan switches focus to you.
You would never shoot a man who just rallied his troops.
I keep saying, it's like, we need to take an
My-
offensive turn here. Real bad.
My paw is stronger than your gun.
My gun doesn't care about your paw. Here we go. And we're also
let's see what the dice. Oh, why are you aiming at me? Aim at Todd.
We're gonna aim.
And Todd, he's on the ground.
Todd's on the ground.
Did you know that you could take aim as a minor action, even as the GM drew? It's crazy.
You're the worst.
Just looked it up. Oh, that's you don't need no need to re-roll that.
Oh, here we go, baby. 5d6. Talking about all
thank
these
goodness.
dice. Talking
Look at
about
those.
Yes.
4 damage, which isn't even an injury.
That's a lot of our main man, Commander Linaris's stress. But that was some grade A commanding, sir.
Oh, thank you.
Can I take an action next to try to kill this stupid
Yeah. Go for it.
Romulan? Okay, I'm definitely gonna use a momentum because we have 4 now, right?
Yeah.
And as my minor action, I'm going to charge my hand phaser to give it vicious. To give it the vicious capability. All right. 3d20. Let's go. Yo. Where's the natural one? There's a natural one.
Hey,
Oh.
Boom.
What number are you trying to hit?
I think 12. Sorry, Ripley. I was yelling. My dog got it. Is like very angry. Control for security 13 actually. So 3 successes.
3 successes. So
Okay.
you add 1 more back to the momentum pool.
Already 4d6.
Back up to 4.
Oh yeah, 3 damage
Oh.
because of the vicious.
Hold up.
Oh, what?
I want to do something here.
You can do
I
more
want-
things.
I want to. Well, I mean, sorry. I this isn't really a character thing. This is just something we can do. We can spend momentum to either add to this damage as bonus damage or re-roll some damage.
Ooh.
So I was wondering if we may want to spend 2 momentum to re-roll. Oh no, we just spend 1 momentum, and you may re-roll any number of dice from the current attack. So I think we spend 1, and you re-roll those 3s.
Yeah, sure. What is this action? Is this a
This is just stuff you
Combat
can do with
action?
momentum. Yeah.
Oh, momentum things. Okay.
Nice.
I believe you.
We're going back down to 3, and
So
re-roll 2d6s.
You could also spend 1 to keep the initiative, so that you didn't give me my turn.
I know, but I want you to have fun.
2d6. Oh, it's 4 more
Yeah,
damage.
that's
Two
what I wanted to
Oh,
s-
Tyler
Nice.
is goat. 4 plus. That was 7 from a single Type 1 phaser blast. Ooh.
Excellent.
I'm coming for your job, Todd.
I was gonna say.
I want to be security.
This Romulan is still up.
Ruh-roh raggy.
That's I know, but they're close. They're on their last. Hoity-toity.
Nah, I just made myself a bit of a.
I was gonna let Drew have fun, but we could spend 2 momentum to keep the initiative and try to put this guy down.
That puts us at 0, though. I would
That-
say no. Right?
That would put us at 1. We would have 1 because you got a momentum back on your shot.
No, but we just spent it to roll the damage, right?
Yeah, we
Oh,
we
four,
had
3,
4. We
Yeah,
spent
you're
1
right.
for you to roll 3 dice. You gained 1 back, took us back to 4. We spent-
But it requires 2 to stay in the fight, right? I don't know. It's up to you guys. I'm out of it, right? It would be someone
Yeah,
else
you-
taking their
you
turn.
would- It would be somebody. It would be either Rebecca, the doctor,
Nope,
or
I
Hannah
did
Dell would have
first
to make
aid.
the final shot.
I did
Oh,
first
never
aid, so I
mind.
can't-
It is Hannah Dell. Hannah Dell. Seth, do you want to bring it home?
Seth, save us. We need help here.
Do you mean like you need me to like do a transporter roll or?
You need to
No.
murder this
No.
this alien monster so bad, Seth.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
You can
11.
do it.
11's the number.
All right, then we're gonna spend 2. That's gonna drop us to 1,
You can aim. Hmm.
Oh, I
And-
could aim, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
What does that do for me again?
Lets
Get a
you
reroll.
re-roll one of the d20s.
Okay.
If it's a fail.
Natural 1.
Oh. 3 successes, meaning we get a momentum back.
Oh,
Doctor.
yeah.
All right,
yeah.
4d6.
This is
Not
the most
4d4.
This is the most important 4d6 that you could possibly roll. You have killed this Romulan Centurion.
Oh,
Yay.
Seth, that was clutch. Oh, that was so clutch.
Nice.
It's a natural 1. I'm not normally
The-
happy to see those.
But you do see the parasite crawling out of its neck.
Oh, right.
Can I
I'm
just
still
like
there.
can I just walk up and curb stomp it or
You absolutely 100% can. And I'm
Yeah.
just going to let that go as a difficulty 0 task.
the commander walks up and says, I've always hated worms in my tequila. Bam! And then I just steps on it.
Nice.
We're looking for
Can't get the
we're looking for
replicator to
crappy
make a
action
bottle of
movie
tequila without a
one-liners.
worm in it.
I know.
Always
I
have a
know.
worm.
I always have to take it out manually. I don't know why
But
it's
computer,
built in.
tequila, no worm. And then there's
No
a worm.
worm.
There are worms in the replicators. It happens. It happens.
I want to roll to get Todd back into the game, and then maybe
Please.
Yeah. Sounds good.
that I feel like healing up and regrouping here. I don't know if maybe like a bioscan of these Romulans or something like that. See if they were genetically
just
modified.
roll to get him back into the fight.
So that is that going to, because he is still unconscious, right?
Yeah, I would just roll the, I honestly, I don't think it actually matters because you've stabilized his injury. So you have time now just to do it. So I think we can just call him back up.
Okay.
All right. So congratulations on defeating the Romulans. And as you continue down, the corridors are turning to rough-hewn tunnels that snake deeper underground. Stalagmites rise up from the floor of the passage. The creature howls again, and voices echo up from a chamber ahead of you.
Oh, yeah.
It's gotta
It
be a
survived
Tard.
longer than the other test subjects. We could have studied it further. It was just a thoughtless beast. Control that Klingon temperament, or we will give you a more suitable host. You have forgotten the art of patience in that body. The test subject did quite a lot of damage before we were able to restrain him. That showed promise. But as they continue, you're stopped. That's far enough, a man says. He stands in a darkened side passage you are only now aware of. He points a disruptor at you. As he steps into the main tunnel, you realize this man is a Trill.
Bum, bum, bum.
To be continued.
Ah,
A cliffhanger? Who does this Drew guy think he is? Oh, well, you'll just have to see how that all wraps up next week here on Cosmic Crit Plays Star Trek Adventures. Of course, I want to thank all of our cast and crew that put all this together, and a special thanks to Todd, Mr. Todd A. Davis of the Computer Resume podcast, who plays our security chief, Folos Endelev, in this show. Taking his time out to hang out with us and bring some more Star Trek love into the universe. If you would like to find us, you can find us at CosmicCrit.com, on all the social medias at Cosmic Crit. And of course, you can join our Discord because I would love to talk about Star Trek more there. So you can find the link to that Discord on our website, CosmicCrit.com, and we will see you next week.
You've been listening to Cosmic Crit, an officially licensed partner of Paizo Incorporated. The Starfinder role-playing game and adventure paths are trademarks of Paizo. All Pathfinder and Starfinder images are property of Paizo and are used with permission.